Few hours ago, an Israeli Air Force dropped a bomb that struck a Baptist hospital in Gaza. This hospital belongs to a Baptist church. The church is actually adjacent to the hospital itself. You see, as Muslims, we condemn this act of terrorism, this evil act. We condemn this massacre, this genocide that claimed more than 1,000 lives. We condemn the intentional targeting of civilians who thought hospitals are a safe haven for them and their children. What is even worse is the fact that this is a hospital housing and treating the injured Palestinians, hundreds and hundreds of them. And like I said, this act is a terrorist act. Only terrorists do this. Only terrorists targets innocent civilians, targets hospitals. This is exactly what the Zionist Israel should be called. Terrorist. After the massacre of over 1,000 civilians, the Israeli government is now trying to blame Hamas. You may be wondering, how is this possible? But then that's true, saying it certainly could have been a Hamas misfire. So the question now is, who started this propaganda? Obviously, it's a propaganda, trying to cover a massacre, trying to blame the blameless. So who started this misinformation to mislead the people? It is no other than the Israeli #1 propaganda machine, the I-24 News. And this media house is said to be run by the Prime Minister himself, Benjamin Netanyahu. Don't forget, this media house is the first that started the 40 babies beheaded that was later debunked. So it is still the same media house that is trying to cover this shit, this mess. So this is what it said in their official Twitter handle. I-24 News English breaking. Initial investigation by IDF, meaning the Israeli Defense Force, shows explosion in hospital in Gaza was caused by a failed Hamas rocket launch. Subhanallah. And immediately this guy called Igal Hatanian responded saying, you can see the misfired Hamas rocket, playing this video. Let's see. Then someone called True Dean responded, by trying to show something. The same video this other guy posted, stating the fact that the Australian Jewish News posted this video in the year 2022, August 7, 2022, and it says regarding that video that this other guy is posting as this misfire by Hamas, claiming that this happened, today. This is the misfire by Hamas that claimed the life of over 1,000 civilians. But then this is what the Australian Jewish News said. Israeli military misfire terrorist rocket killed kids. Initial report from Gaza claimed an Israeli strike in Jabalia killed 7, including 4 kids. Israeli officials say Israel has unequivocal video radar, proof it was rocket misfire. So now this is them accepting the fact that this is a rocket misfire from their own side. Okay, this is not Hamas, rocket misfire. And this is debunked. Obviously, this is a lie. And this is meant to be a video proving that, okay, this is, Hamas misfiring, and which cost the life of more than 1,000 civilians. And to put the eyes on the cake, there's this man called Hanania Neftali. This man is said to be an Israeli soldier, at least this is what he claimed. And he posted on his TikTok, a TikTok video that he was posted to the front line. And later he claimed that he was taken from the front line to the digital warfare to fight and defend Israel in the media, claiming this task was specifically given to him by the Prime Minister himself, Benjamin Netanyahu. So going further, this young man tweeted just immediately after the airstrike. He said, breaking, Israeli Air Force struck a Hamas terrorist base inside a hospital in Gaza. A multiple number of terrorists are dead. It's heartbreaking that Hamas is launching rockets from hospitals, mosques, schools, and using civilians as human shield. Trying to establish the fact that why the IDF or the Israeli Air Force did what they did was because Hamas are doing these little things, launching rockets from hospitals, schools, mosques, and this is the reason why these places are the target. You see, his joy that the Israeli Air Force were able to hit target here, I mean the civilians, did not allow him to think through or wait for instructions before quickly posting. And then when he realized this error, immediately deleted that post and then replaced it with this post, unknowingly revealing the little secrets of Israel, showing that Israel's Air Force are the ones behind this, airstrike. This is what he said. The mysterious explosion in Gaza. Subhanallah. Listen, he called it the mysterious. something that is a mystery. Hamas blames Israel for this. I believe it is either a failed rocket that hit the hospital or something that was done on purpose in order to get international support. This guy should go and rest, cover his face in shame. You've done something huge, a mistake that is huge, revealing who actually did this. So despite the Israelis' propaganda debunked in just few minutes, the IDF, the Israelis Defense Force, shamelessly came on Twitter and tweeted. IDF spokesperson Radiem Daniel Hagari confirms Islamic Jihad is responsible for the rocket that hit the hospital in Gaza. This man is refusing to call it the Baptist Hospital in Gaza, not wanting to provoke the Christians, but then it is what it is. The lack of shame didn't just stop there. Remember, after this whole thing were debunked, the lack of shame didn't just stop there. People like Ben Shapiro were busy propelling this propaganda, trying to force it to reach a larger audience. Since these guys, they have big platforms, he wants to use it to appeal to the emotions of people. No, don't think Israel did this. Israel wouldn't do this. Israel can't even do this. It is Hamas that did this. And, this is the consequences of what they tried to do. So he tweeted. So just to be clear about this, Palestinian terrorists tried to fire a rocket at Israel. It fell short and hit a hospital, killing hundreds of Palestinian Arabs. Hamas claimed that it was Israel, and the media immediately ran with Hamas' story. Sounds about right. Again, these guys, they are very careful with their words. They're not calling it the Baptist Hospital, okay, that belonged to the Baptist Church. Just adjacent to the hospital. And like I said earlier, despite these being debunked, and we have evidences to show that these are just lies, these guys still come online and, try to promote their propaganda. But alhamdulillah, those that try their very best to see that the truth reach the larger audience. For example, this guy tried to take a poll. He has a large audience. And what we see is really amazing because people are now waking up to the atrocities of the Israeli government. And people are becoming more aware. So he made this poll and the result is really interesting. Over 160,000 people took the survey, took the poll, and we have over 90% of those who voted that Israel took out this massacre. Israel Air Force are responsible for this massacre. And alhamdulillah, this information is going out there. It simply shows that Israel is coming to an end. Inshallah, Israel is coming to an end. And this is exactly what one does when he's about to die. It beats around just to show that it has strength. But the fact remains that it has no strength. It is just dying. This is exactly the situation of the Zionist government. Inshallah, Palestine will be free. With these I say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.